Genetics are a funny thing. Sometimes people win the lottery, and sometimes DNA will produce some truly spectacular people. These people have the abilities and skills and natural talents that defy our understanding of what the human body can do or even look like. These 20 people are truly one in a million. You won't believe what we have in store for you today. Welcome to Forever Green. Make sure you subscribe for videos just like this. And with that, let's dive in. Pratik Mojit. At just 102 centimeters tall, Pratik Mojit is the shortest competitive bodybuilder globally. He began bodybuilding in 2012 and faced a lot of adversity in his journey to get where he was. At first, he struggled to grip the equipment and then worked with the opinions of naysayers who believed the man was weak. He wants to serve as inspiration for people who don't think anything is possible, all while living as proof that if you work towards your goals, your limitations can't stop you. He maintains a strict training regimen to achieve his goal, starting his days early with a 30-minute run and adheres to a special, restrictive diet that helps him tone up. His day is bookended with another 30-minute run. He's heading towards an exciting future as he pushes himself to meet more and more unique goals. He intends to keep bodybuilding and open up his own gym to help inspire and train other like-minded future athletes. On top of it all, Pratik is working toward the record of most push-ups per minute, just to add to his impressive repertoire. Pratik's journey is incredible, and we can all only aspire to meet this level of self-dedication in our lifetimes. Do you have any goals you think might be a little too lofty? What's keeping you from achieving them? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Eugenia. Now, Eugenia is truly one in a million. She has what all the girls wish they had, with the world's longest eyelashes. In 2016, she claimed the title with the individual eyelashes measuring around 4.8 inches. But they don't stop there. Her most extended lash is now 8 inches long. She makes a style out of it though, fashioning them in a way to replicate eyeshadow or eyeliner. Doctors and scientists haven't been able to find a reason with no genetic markers or disease. Her incredible lashes defy everything we know about it. One thing's for sure though, it's not just Maybelline. She actually was born with it. Yodi Raj. Yodi Raj quite literally climbed his way out of a dark place. Having planned to end his life, he climbed up and was overcome with inspiration. He had a sudden new passion, a life goal, and direction to gear himself towards. His climbing was learned by watching monkeys do the same thing. When going higher, Yodi realized that he had another skill, his absolute lack of fear regarding heights. This mixture has earned him the name of Indian Spider-Man, thrilling crowds with his spider-like wall crawling and moving with an unearthly kind of speed up the sides of walls even without grips. The most amazing part of this is his absolute lack of protective gear or harnesses. He trusts his ability so explicitly that he refused to bring anything up with him but some chalk for grip and his $200 specialty climbing shoes. Talk about death-defying. Zion Clark. Being born without legs was not going to hold Zion Clark back. He holds the record for fastest hand walking. He serves as an incredible story of adapting and overcoming in the face of adversity. He's a successful wrestler in his own respect and has overcome his childhood of personal trials to become the incredible athlete he is today. He was bullied, underfed, and physically attacked in foster homes, only finding support by 17, but it turned his entire life around. He set his record for fastest 20-meter walking on hands with an incredible 4.78 seconds. Optimism is what kept him going in the face of his caudal regression syndrome, which is something that only affects 1 to 2 in every 100,000 people. Despite a rough childhood in the system, Clark never gave up, and in the long run it paid off. He trains now most days a week, both in the gym and on the mat. He works to boost his wrestling prowess and athletic ability. Wren Bud. Wren Bud is known by friends as simply Wren. She came from good, tall genetics, a father at 6'10" and her mother 6'1". Wren was already taller than her first grade teacher by childhood, 5'6". The now 29-year-old stopped growing at 6, already nearly as tall as her dad. They changed their homeland of Mongolia to the skyscrapers of Chicago, which made her feel more at home. Wren's legs are officially the second longest in the world, 52 inches, about from hip to heel. Now she has unique struggles. She's so tall, there's limited legroom no matter where she goes. Doorways are complicated and she can rarely find the correct shoe size. Wren is incredible, but that's not always what it's cracked up to be. Slavica Paljic. This man's abilities are straight out of a comic book, much like Spider-Man's arch-nemesis Electro, but Slavica Paljic gives Electro a run for his money, breaking world records and mystifying audiences. He's known as the Battery Man, a name earned by his remarkable ability to manipulate and control electric currents. Slavica holds the record, in fact, for his ability to heat a cup of water to boiling by running 20,000 volts through his body. It only took him about a minute and a half. Lighting light bulbs and cooking sausages are just some of the things that he can do with his hands. The next thing he's set to conquer is another world record, generating 1 million volts of shooting sparks out of those same hands. Handshakes come at your own risk. Chef Boy Bones. What started with slow-paced old-school rap with good crowd work on America's Got Talent quickly became extraordinary. He approached the judge's desk with eyeballs extending from his sockets. Suddenly, it didn't matter that his lyrics were average at best. Judge Sofia Vergara was not a fan, but the rest of the panel wanted to see more. Ultimately, he didn't make it to the quarterfinals, but this sort of attention can only help, giving him the means to capitalize on his talent. He appeared in several commercials, music videos, and TikToks, giving his eyes the limelight he so desires. Larry Gomez. Originally born in Mexico as Victor Gomez, Larry suffers from a rare condition called hypertrichot, causing his body to grow hair on over 98% of his body. This includes his face, nose, and even eyelids. This 1 in a billion condition runs in his family, with 3 other family members and his brother all having it. The brothers, as it were, grew up working in the circus. It was while performing that Victor changed his name to Larry, as a callback to the main character of the 1941 Wolfman movie. After moving to the United States, Larry had a brief stint in the Venice Beach Freak Show, but found better luck in several Hollywood productions. He now enjoys a quieter life and runs a successful business of his own. Hollywood, it seems, is not for everyone. Francisco Domingos Joaquin. This is not the man you need to tell your secrets to. Officially recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as having the most giant mouth, or at least the widest. Francisco was first recognized while popping cans in and out of his mouth sideways, attracting passerbyers' attention. Researchers found this ability on YouTube videos of then 20-year-old recorded by amazed watchers. Now it may have taken them 2 years to find him, but once they tracked him down in Angola, his mouth was officially measured. His mouth is a record-breaking 6.69 inches wide when unstretched. Now this record remains unbroken despite the big mouth competition held in Rome. No one has come close to matching. Stephanie Millner. As an extreme contortionist, it's hard to describe precisely what she can do in so many words. The Austrian sports star is an acrobat, a contortionist, a hand balancer, and an extreme sports star. She can perform feats of such incredible strength and flexibility, such as moving from a mid-air split position, balancing her hands to a handstand over 342 times in just 52 minutes. Earning an unofficial world record and supporting her body with just her mouth. She's just as likely to be found balancing on a rooftop, swinging off a bridge, or hanging from a cliff, rarely with any safety net. Stephanie has managed to forge her way into notoriety between her 6 to 10 hour training sessions every day, earned 400,000 Instagram followers, and proved a place in this world for herself amongst extreme abilities. We can imagine her swinging from building to building, or as some high-powered assassin like Black Widow. She may have to waste her time working regular jobs for now, but surely the world will need saving, and her intense passion following will pay off someday. Yodi Kasangi Amig. When they say good things come in small packages, this is what they're talking about. Yodi is proof that you can chase your biggest, wildest dreams, no matter your size. She held the record for the world's shortest living teen before taking her crown as the world's shortest living and mobile woman on her 18th birthday. Now, how small is the world's smallest, you ask? 2 feet and 3/4 inches to be exact. Until she was about 5, Yodi was average for her age, but as she continued aging, there was a little question that something was a little off. She later was diagnosed with a rare form of dwarfism called achondroplasia. Simply put, she didn't have the hormones needed to continue growing past a certain height. Yodi hasn't let this hinder her dreams, not even those of being on the silver screen. You might recognize her from the small breakout role in the hit TV American show Horror Story, where she starred as the ever-charming Ma Petite. Stephen Ludwig. Born in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, he had a rare bone disorder called Maui syndrome. This disease was characterized by his abdominal bone and cartilage growth in the body. He is one of only 150 sufferers of this condition. Stephen underwent more than 30 surgeries, transplanting bone marrow, removing painful bone spurs, and wearing painful, leg-lengthening braces, all while battling leukemia. Stephen's left leg and arm are significantly shorter than the other, but he hasn't let it slow him down. Stephen is a survivor. He got to meet his inspiration and hero, the late Kobe Bryant, in 2007. He credits his survival instinct and strong will to soldier on. Since you made it this far in the video, make sure you leave a like down below. We've got a ways to go to the end, but every little bit helps. And if you want other videos like this, make sure you're subscribing to the channel with post notifications turned on so you never miss a single video. Make sure you watch out for the #1 on the list today because you won't believe what it has on display. Hezbollah Mogomedov. Now, Hezbollah is probably the last person you'd expect to see as a fighter. If you saw a small child angrily coming up like he's ready to take on the schoolyard bully, it makes sense that you might be confused. At 18 years old, Hezbollah suffers from a form of dwarfism, causing the adult blogger from Dagestan to look and sound like a toddler throwing a tantrum. He shot to viral internet fame when he recreated the famous Conor McGregor and Khabib weigh-in with fellow dwarf Abdul Razik from Tajikistan. This video actually earned him the nickname Mini Khabib. They've been teasing an MMA showdown for a while now, something condemned by the Sports Association of Little People of Russia as unethical. Whether or not it happens, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Christinazanato. As some call her, this shark whisperer has spent more than a quarter of the century diving with reef sharks in the Bahamas. She knows and cares for the local shark population better than anyone else, becoming a bit of a shark mom in the process. Unafraid and unfazed by the multiple rows of serrated teeth, she takes good care of them, and they in turn, well, they've never bitten her. Especially when you add that she will stick her hand in their mouth to remove hundreds of hooks from them. Still, nothing. The sharks don't even flinch, and honestly, they probably appreciate it. Hooks to the mouth probably don't feel great, and if anyone's going to do the job, it's best if it's someone who loves them. Egglay. Maybe this person can shed some light on what makes a man attractive. With his magnetic personality, the ex-kickboxing coach discovered very early in life his fantastic talent to attract and hold metal objects to his body. The real-life X-Man made his talents known to the world in 2011 by having 50 individual spoons to his body. 2 years later, he set out to outdo himself by adding 3 more to his limit while attempting to earn a Guinness World Record. Magneto's got nothing on this guy. The sky's the limit for this Georgian. All we can hope for is to wash those spoons in between feats and put them away too. Well, we've only got 5 left on the list. Can you guess which amazing one-of-a-kind people made the top of the list? Put your thoughts and guesses down below in the comments. While you're down there, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below because if you like this, we've got way more where that comes from. Letitia Kai. This woman has done something incredible as she holds the record for most skips over a person's own hair in 30 seconds. Letitia achieved an excellent 60 skips using her braid in her natural hair as a rope. While she did add extensions to sculpt the rope she jumped with, she's known best for creating sculptures with fabulous hair. Kai claims she's inspired by different pre-colonial women's hairstyles from her culture. Now with a world record under her belt, she's a model, actress, and content creator. Ayanna Williams. Ayanna has never had an itch she couldn't scratch. For 28 years, she grew her fingernails, only cutting them in the early 90s just once before they reached their record 18 feet in length in 2018. They may have never been the longest nails ever grown. They were the longest nails still on a female hand. A simple manicure could take days to perfect, careful and slow as it might be, and upwards of 4 bottles of polish each time. However, the longer they got, the harder it was for Ayanna to do even the simplest of tasks, like washing dishes or making the bed. This is what led to her recent decision to cut her nails and donate them for all to see at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in St. Augustine, Florida, to preserve her record in history forever. Joaquin. The Sudanese model teaches people not to be afraid of the dark. Her deeply pigmented skin is some of the darkest and most unique looking in the world. She accepts the title of Queen of Darkness as she holds it as something to be proud of, and proud of her skin she is. Before finding success, Joaquin was not celebrated at all. To this day, she recounts unsolicited suggestions to lighten or bleach her skin lighter to better fit Eurocentric standards of beauty. The model now lives in Minneapolis and works as an advocate for diversity in the fashion industry, and is a voice for Black rights around the world. The dark-skinned model breaks down the barriers of conventional beauty and encourages others to do the same. Kawi. Kawi works as a tattoo artist and has the largest non-surgically made stretched earlobes globally, along with other body modifications like a split tongue, which he claims to have done for himself using just dental floss. Not only that, but he has silicone horns implanted into his head, tunnels into his ears, bolts into his forehead, and tattooed eyebrows and eyeballs. With lobes stretched over 4 inches in diameter, Kala has further claimed to even be able to fit his fist through his stretched ears. While he doesn't quite have the most body modifications in the world, he certainly still has an eclectic collection, making him truly one of a kind in the world. Before we move on to our number 1 pick, here's something we want to know from you. These people are unlike any other, unique, strange, and somewhat downright weird, but still, they've gotten to where they are due to their natural ability, skill, and hard work alike. Which was your favorite? Do you think we missed out on one? Mention it in the comments and you might see it in a future video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on to be the first to know when a new video is released. That way, you'll never miss a single one. Michael Winslow. You would of course expect people with these extraordinary abilities to gain some notoriety, especially the ones who are genuinely one of a kind. American actor Michael Winslow is one of the lucky few who transcend just legends and world records and make a real career of it. His superhuman ability to create noises with his mouth must have been annoying as a kid. I mean, when you're sitting in a class, you don't expect to hear a car alarm go off in the back. He's called the man of 10,000 sound effects because there's not a single sound he can't replicate. Imagine replicating the noise of a car motor with the same mouth that can put on a rock guitar. He said if you can voice act well, you'll be set for life. Having such a wide range put Michael at a heavy advantage, with his portfolio including anything from Grand Theft Auto parts to Sesame Street beatboxing. He's unparalleled and does well for it. Well, that's going to be all for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. This has been Forever Green, and we'll see you next time.